Have you ever met with a client to discuss an opportunity and the meeting's going great? And at the very end, the client asks for a fixed price proposal. At first, you don't say anything. You don't say yes, you don't say no. You just pause and you think. You realize, based on the conversation and how the client asked for a fixed price proposal, that they're not open to discussing any other pricing options. Maybe you hesitated because you've never provided a fixed price proposal. Or maybe you hesitated because you're not sure providing a fixed price is the right pricing strategy for the opportunity. This video explains what is a fixed price approach, or if you rather, a fixed price strategy. When does providing a fixed price work well? What are the pros and cons for both you, the consultant, as well as the client? And how to go about thinking about creating a fixed price. Hello, I'm Laura Burford, and I'm here with another consulting insight. An insight to help you build and grow your own consulting business. If you would like some more insights into consulting, please consider subscribing to the channel. There's a link below. Click on the link. And if you click on the bell, you'll be notified when the next video is available. If you like this video, please click the like button. I appreciate it. And if you have any comments, jot them down below as well. A fixed price, or what some people refer to as a firm price, is an all-inclusive price that is quoted to the client and agreed upon by the client. All-inclusive. It is the cost for your time as well as the cost for travel, hotel, administrative overhead. All-inclusive. Can changes be made to that price once an engagement starts? Yes. But here's the caveat. How changes get made to that price are normally outlined in the contract. Are there variations to this fixed price approach? Yes. Two of the most common: fixed price plus expenses and fixed price plus bonus. A fixed price approach works well when there's clarity. Clarity as to the objectives, the expectations, the requirements. Clarity by both the client and the consultant when it comes to the assumptions that need to be made, the constraints, what's included as well as what's excluded from the effort. It works well when the client and the consultant are able to agree on the work that needs to occur. This approach also works well for initiatives where the consultant has a methodology, an approach, and has historical cost data that they can use to price the engagement. So how do you determine a fixed price? A fixed price approach is a project-oriented and cost-based model. What that means is you need to create a project plan. And the best way to create a project plan is to take a bottom-up and top-down approach to determining the work that needs to get done, and the level of effort and the duration for each of the tasks. The challenge is to come up with a fixed price. The consultant needs to think about everything that needs to get done for that project, for that engagement. They need to ensure that every piece of work that needs to occur is included in that plan. And as they're taking a hard look at the plan, they need to ensure that the outcomes, the expectations of the client are being met. Is the value that the client looking for being delivered? Once all the work has been defined and the level of effort known and the duration, the consultant can come up with a cost based on their hourly or daily rate. But it's a cost estimate. It is not the price that a consultant is going to quote to a client. Fixed price is risky for a consultant. What that means is the consultant needs to take a hard look at that plan and adjust it adjusted for contingencies, for risk. They need to identify the risk and modify that plan accordingly. And there are both time and expense contingencies that the consultant needs to add. Once that cost estimate is at the point where the consultant feels completely comfortable that they've included everything in the plan and they've thought about everything, they've thought about risk, they are in a position to come up with a price that they want to quote to the client. There's much more I can discuss about coming up with a fixed price. A number of things that a consultant needs to think about. But in the short video, there's only so much I can talk about. However, I want to help you out. And there's a couple ways I can help you out. First, in the description section, there are 2 downloads. One is a download that explains different estimating models that you can use to come up with your cost. And the other is a downloadable document that highlights risks that you should think about when you're coming up with a project plan, particularly a project plan that's a fixed price. Particularly a project plan for which you want to quote a fixed price. I got it there. The other thing I'm going to mention is a book that I wrote a few years ago, and it's called Project Management for Flat Organizations. This book was written for the person who needs to work on a project, to run a project, and they're not looking to become certified as a project manager. And there's a whole section in here that's about 50 pages that walks through how to build that roadmap, that project plan. At this point, you might be saying, well, wait a minute, why would any consultant use a fixed price approach? Why would they provide a fixed price proposal? It sounds like this is a risky approach for consultants. And it is, and that is one of the cons for consultants. A fixed price proposal can be risky for a consultant if they don't know how to plan. If they don't think about the risk. If they don't adjust the cost estimate to come up with a price that works. But I'll be honest with you, I've used this approach and I've provided many fixed price proposals throughout my career, and I've been very successful with providing fixed price proposals. And one of the pros for the consultant is this. Their margins are higher if they use a fixed price approach than if they use a time and expense approach. But again, it ties back to that the consultant needs to be able to properly think about the project plan, the work that needs to get done, and they need to be able to wrap their arms around it, the work. A pro for the client is this. They have a fixed price. They know how much the initiative is going to cost them before they even get started. And for many, that's very important because they don't like to be nickeled and dimed. And yes, another pro for the client is the risk level goes down. Earlier in this video, I defined a fixed price approach and noted that a fixed price approach works well when you have a well-defined initiative. You know what the objectives are and the requirements and the assumptions and the constraints. I also mentioned it works well when it's a kind of a repetitive project. You have a methodology, you have historical data, metrics that you can leverage to come up with a cost. What I did not highlight is when this approach does not work well. This is not a good approach if you cannot wrap your arms around what this initiative looks like, what this project might be. It's a first-time initiative, and you have no historical data. You have no clue as to how long anything is going to take. It also doesn't work well when the project is a high-risk project. Many times I refer to inventors when I talk about fixed price and saying, hey, if the person's an inventor, that person probably can't wrap their arms around the initiative. Think of Steve Jobs and Apple. If Steve Jobs approached you and wanted a fixed price to help design the iPad, would you be open to providing a fixed price? Probably not. Many times, consultants shy away from providing a fixed price proposal because they're scared. They've never used a fixed price approach. They're very comfortable with time and expense. If you have never used a fixed price approach and you are asked by a client to provide a fixed price proposal and they're not open to time and expense or value base, find somebody to help you and take the time to learn how to put together a plan with all the tasks, the level of effort, the duration, so that you can provide a fixed price. To recap, a fixed price is an all-inclusive price. It takes into account the time, your time, and the cost for your time, as well as expenses, administrative overhead expenses, travel costs. Are there variations to that all-inclusive? Of course there are. I mentioned two of them. You could provide a fixed price plus expense price, or a fixed price plus bonus price. They're just two. Providing a fixed price proposal is ideal for some opportunities, not all. And many consultants have been very successful with fixed price proposals. I've been very successful with them. They are providing a fixed price, or a fixed price proposal is one way to price an engagement, to price an initiative. If you're a consultant and you have never provided a fixed price proposal, take the time to educate yourself. I mentioned my book. There are a number of pages in this book that explain how to put together a project plan, but you can find other sources out on the internet that explain how to create a project plan. And find somebody to help you. Somebody that's done it. Ask them to look at your work. Ask them to mentor you, to help you. I've also provided in the description 2 links to 2 documents, one that talks about different estimating techniques and another that deals with risk. Help yourself to them. In this video I mentioned value-based pricing. Down below you will find a link to the value-based pricing video, but there are some other videos out on this channel that discuss pricing and thinking about pricing as well. One that talks about how to come up with an hourly rate, or what I call the sanity check rate, and another that discusses the 5 basic pricing models that consultants can use. If you have any questions about fixed pricing, please jot them in the comment section. If there's another topic that you would like me to discuss on this channel, please do me a favor, jot that in the comment section as well, or send me a tweet. Let me know how I can help you. And now, if you liked this video, please do me a favor, click the like. And if you would like more videos like this, please consider subscribing to the channel and clicking on the bell. The bell will notify you when the next video is available. Until next time, I'm signing off for now.